You've worked for years, cleared IELTS, got your dream admission abroad, but then your visa gets rejected at the very last stage. Or even worse, the country you planned for suddenly doubles the financial proof. Sounds scary, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening in 2026. Visa rules and costs have changed dramatically this year. And if you're an Indian student planning to go abroad, you need to know where the doors are closing and where new opportunities are opening. Let's start with Canada, because for the past decade, it has been the dream destination for Indian students. But 2025 has been brutal. Nearly 80% of Indian student visa applications are being rejected. Think about that. That's 4 out of 5 students being told no. The reasons? Stricter background checks, political tensions, and an attempt to reduce the overall intake of international students. The result is uncertainty. I'll be honest here. If you're only targeting Canada, you're taking a huge risk. Unless you have exceptional academic records or a very strong financial profile, Canada is no longer the safe bet it used to be. Now, let's talk about the United States. For decades, the US has been the #1 dream for Indian students, with world-class universities, the best research labs, and unbeatable career opportunities. But 2025 has brought a new challenge. The US has shut down the option of applying for visas from third countries. Let's see what that means. Earlier, Indian students could choose to apply for their US student visa from a consulate outside India, say Dubai, Singapore, or even in Europe. This was a lifesaver for those facing massive appointment backlogs in India, or for students already studying or working abroad who wanted to switch to a US program. But now, that option is gone. You must apply in your home country. For Indian students, that means all F1 visa applications must go through the US consulates in India. The impact, as you guessed, is mainly regarding the longer wait times. Interview slots in cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Chennai are already stretched. With everyone forced to apply only in India, expect delays of weeks or even months. Second, tougher interviews. Officers know students no longer have an escape option, so they are taking their time and asking more detailed questions about finances, intent to return, and ties to India. Third, extra stress for late admits. If your admission letter comes close to the semester start date, the risk of missing deadlines is higher now than ever before. And if that wasn't enough, there's another big 2025 update. The US has introduced a $100,000 fee for new H-1B petitions. While it doesn't affect existing holders or renewals, it directly impacts fresh graduates hoping to stay back and work in the US after their studies. Combine this with the third country ban and interview bottlenecks, and the US journey for Indian students is now tougher, more expensive, and far more uncertain than before. On the other hand, the UK is booming. In the second quarter of 2025 alone, over 15,000 Indian students were granted visas, a 44% jump compared to last year. Despite tightening work visa rules, the UK remains a favorite because the process is relatively smoother right now. Universities are actively welcoming Indian students, and post-study opportunities are still solid in sectors like tech, healthcare, and finance. But again, things are not easy. There is a high cost of living, especially in cities like London, and some uncertainty around how long post-study work routes will stay open. But overall, compared to Canada and the US, the UK is much more stable for Indian students right now. Ireland used to be the hidden gem till last year. It's an English-speaking country, home to tech giants and offering good post-study opportunities. But in 2025, Ireland increased the proof of funds requirement from €7,000 to €12,000. That's nearly doubling the financial burden upfront. So where does that leave Indian students in 2026? If we compare, Canada is a high risk with rejections, the US is still powerful but tougher and slower, Ireland has become more expensive, but still there is scope. And the UK is currently the most welcoming with smoother visa approvals. That leaves us with the emerging destinations. Germany has been in the limelight as a popular alternative destination. There haven't been any changes, but it is becoming the number one alternative, especially because of low or no tuition fees in public universities, strong job markets, and now easier recognition of foreign qualifications. Other places like the Netherlands, France, and even emerging destinations like the UAE and Singapore are also attracting Indian students who want a balance of affordability and opportunities. So in 2026, if you're deciding where to study abroad, you need to think not just about the university, but also about the country's visa policies, living costs, and long-term opportunities. My advice would be to keep at least 2 destination options open. Stay updated on visa policies and budget with a buffer because rules are changing faster than ever. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit the like button and share this video with a friend who's also planning to study abroad. And tell me in the comments, which country are you aiming for in 2026?